Hi, guys. Welcome to our first podcast. I'm Usher and I'm with my business partner, Gabriel. And we're going to talk about search arbitrage, what's trending, how RSOC is performing. That has been favorite topic since the beginning of this year. So let's start with the introduction.
Yeah.
Do you want to
And
start,
also
Gabriel?
we're gonna be talking about what's been happening, the shift, what's been happening on AFD for the past few years. When did we start? You know, we should
Yeah,
name this
100%.
podcast. What should we name it? Like the Search Arb Pod? Like it needs to have a unique name or something, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we can
We'll,
think
we'll
about
leave
it
it to
later
the
on.
yeah, we'll leave it to the audience and see what they come up with. But this is definitely inspired by the Chop Shop guys, right?
Yeah, 100%. They started the podcast. It was really interesting. They shared a lot of interesting insights, and they were
hmm
doing pretty good numbers.
Yeah, they're the OG. So big shout out to them. If anyone
Yeah,
doesn't know who they are, just
thanks
look
for
up
the inspiration.
guys. Yeah. So yeah, introduction. When did we start? 2018, I would say. System one. That's when we first got our System one feed. We
Yeah,
started
the
off.
humble beginnings.
Yeah. And at the time, we didn't even have like the dashboard. We were requesting them to create domains. They would create the domain, give
Yeah,
us the domain. We would run ads. And at the time, we were just running what Facebook ads at the time.
yeah. We started running from Facebook ads, and we didn't test any traffic source. And I remember back in 2018. I mean, almost all the campaigns were profitable. I was looking at like 50% ROI. That was like the average target.
Yeah,
And but at that time we weren't focusing on search arbitrage. There were other things that were performing really well, like e-com, affiliate marketing.
yeah.
um
We were doing both of them.
yeah,
Like ecom was the main thing, and then we dabbled into search arb because of System One, and then we kind of stopped for a bit. Restarted in
yeah,
what 2021, 2021.
yeah. The full focus, the full flush that we started doing it, started getting
Down,
more feeds. Yeah,
yeah,
getting really into search arbitrage.
down in the rabbit hole of search arb. So
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think it was like we got System One, and then after that we got access to Tonic,
yeah,
um, ads.com, and then domain active, and then we got Cedo. So we got all the five feeds, I would say, towards the end of 2020, towards mid 2024, I think. It was a big
yeah,
journey.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's when AFD started declining,
Right.
RPCs started dropping.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Everybody's talking about RSOC, but we'll cover that later on. So what's on the agenda
yeah.
today?
So we're gonna talk about what's happening with AFD. As we know, it's declining. RPCs are dropping. It's almost becoming dead. And then we will talk about compliance. We'll talk about traffic sources, and then we will talk about RSOC, which feeds people are currently working on, and also we will share some insights from WhatsApp group, what people are saying, what feeds people are recommending, and then we will talk about the potential. What
Yeah.
is the potential in search arbitrage right now and in the coming years?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, let's
Sounds
talk
good.
about AFD. What is the current situation with AFD?
Well, as everybody know, AFD is going down, um, especially with like Facebook being the major traffic source.
Yeah,
From my personal experience, I think Facebook's really tough to crack now with AFD. Um,
100%. Yeah,
even with like Taboola, but we have like some friends that are
yeah,
doing great in native. I think for
yeah,
AFD to work these days, it needs to be like one of those new traffic sources like Beagle ads, Newsbreak, and even then now Newsbreak stopped. Is not performing that well.
yeah.
Um,
It performed really well last year. I mean, yeah, we did huge numbers with Newsbreak last year, and I think we were one of the first ones to start
yeah,
AFD with
with
Newsbreak.
Newsbreak. Yeah,
Yeah,
we were doing. I think 100% ROI. Beginning of
Yeah,
last year,
yeah,
and
insane
we can.
numbers. Yeah, we were the first one to break it, and
I
also the
wouldn't say
system
I
one.
wouldn't say the first one. I should say one of the first few
Yeah,
ones.
because I was in touch with the Newsbreak account manager Sarah, and she was sharing the insights that I mean, at one point she was saying that you guys are doing the highest numbers in this specific industry. So
Yeah,
yeah, that
I think
was
we're speaking to Ryan as well. Ryan from Newsbreak.
yeah, Ryan, yeah. So that was really
Yeah,
proud moment. Yeah, and also
yeah, and
thanks to
then
System One that they allowed Newsbreak. First, there was a trial period because no one was doing Newsbreak. No one was running AFD on Newsbreak, and then they saw the traffic and they found the traffic is there is no spam and it was really high quality, and that's how we
yeah,
started doing huge numbers.
yeah, with just just US traffic though.
Yeah, because
Uh,
Newsbreak is just an app based in USA. Yeah, it does not have any other geos.
yeah, and I guess other traffic sources as well, like Pangle, Beagle
Yeah, but
ads.
right now Newsbreak is not performing. I mean, it started declining after December last year, and
Yeah,
after
I
that,
would say when we went to the affiliate conference in Bangkok, everybody was jumping into Newsbreak. There's a big
yeah,
party,
yeah,
after party, and like at the Newsbreak event, and everybody's talking about, oh, we're doing so good on Newsbreak, and the next month, all the numbers started declining. Um,
yeah. Probably everyone jumped into the Newsbreak, and it became saturated, and
yeah,
suddenly you were seeing high CPMS and
yeah,
nothing
and
is
at the
working.
same time, Google's trying to
Yeah,
turn up.
there's the compliance is getting more strict. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah,
We
with
should also
AFD,
mention that the Zementa, you were talking about Zementa. We did
yeah,
really good numbers with Zementa.
yeah,
Um, yeah, just few months ago.
yeah. But with Zemanta, it's tricky because the traffic quality, and you don't know what to expect at the end of the month with the clawbacks. So it could be
Yeah,
very dangerous. But if you're doing like really good ROI, then I guess you can kind of expect what's
yeah.
coming.
I mean, yeah. You have to be careful. I mean, you don't want to have a clawback which is higher than the profit that you made.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's why it's tricky.
tricky,
Yeah, but
tricky.
thankfully we were very profitable. But Zemanta is still a pretty good traffic source for AFD if you
Hmm.
can run it carefully. You just have to exclude the gaming
Block list.
sites.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
but
also
yeah,
there were some placements that you should exclude, right? Do you remember some of the what are the exclusions?
I can't remember on top of my head.
Yeah,
But
it's just you all if you have Zementa, probably you have account manager, and you can just speak to your account manager, and they will probably advise you like exclude gaming sites and the placements that you have to exclude, and also just be super friendly with your account manager with your feed provider. I'll
yeah,
just let them know that you're running Zemanta and how is the traffic quality is how is the what is the spam score.
yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, you don't want to scare them with a huge spam rate or huge clawback.
Or even getting your account, suspended all of a sudden. I think we've
Yeah,
heard a
yeah,
few
100%.
stories.
Yeah, pretty risky. Yeah, it is pretty risky if you don't know what you're doing.
Mhm.
Yeah,
What other traffic sources like Pangol's doing well?
yeah,
MediaGo. We
yeah.
haven't
But
done.
if the yeah, but we're not seeing. So I think it is still pretty tough, I would
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
What would you say out of all those five feed providers? What differences do you think they have? Apart from obviously payout, because some of them have different payouts, different relationship.
Yeah,
So
you're saying which feed was most profitable, which was
yeah, like
most.
yeah,
I think ads.com work really well for us in Zementa for Zementa traffic. And then I would say domain active and system one. Yeah.
They were doing pretty good as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think ads.com was our best performing feed.
But each vertical performs differently on each feeds, you know. So
Yeah, that is correct. That is correct. And also, it's I think I don't know. I think over media buyers were also testing different feeds, and I think they were like they had a preference towards ads.com, maybe because it was performing well. That's what I think.
yeah, this is for Zementa, right?
Yeah, yeah. We are talking about Zementa. We're still there.
Yeah, yeah. I guess yeah. With the
All
main
right,
traffic,
now, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. I think
main traffic.
let's move on to the next topic.
Yeah, sure. We want to talk
So
about
let's move.
trackers. We want to talk about trackers, about how we were on like before, what tracking softwares we were using, what changed the game.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, I think everyone started from some custom dashboard because when we started with System One, we were using our own custom dashboard. It wasn't the best, but it
Yeah,
was working for us.
yeah.
And then we shifted to ClickFlare. ClickFlare was our go-to tracking software.
Once we got new feed providers, we switched to ClickFlare, um,
Yeah,
and
the
then we were
best thing about
manually.
ClickFlare was it has all the integrations.
Yeah, and they were adding like new features like what keyword rotation.
Yeah, keyword rotation, and also it also lets you test different offers, and then in this way you can test different feeds.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But I
Yeah,
think a
but
lot of yeah, the game changer.
now the game has changed after Maximizer.
Yeah. So yeah,
So
tell us a bit about how Maximizer works and why it changed the game.
Maximizer has is super easy to use. That is number one. Number two, it has the features that is like no one has. I mean, it has like keyword optimization, feed optimization. You won't find these features in any tool, and I don't even think so. This if anyone is working on it. So
Mhm.
these features makes it really easy for to get rid of the manual work, I would say. And also I think I should mention it, it is super easy to create offers. Otherwise you have to go to the dashboard, you have to go to system one dashboard, you have to go to the tonic dashboard and create urls and then add them to ClickFlare. So it is a huge process.
Yeah,
Whereas in Maximizer, you just select the vertical, and it creates a offer for you, and it creates offer in all the feeds. So
yeah.
right now we are talking about AFD Maximizer. So there is also a Rocket Maximizer, which is for
We'll
RSOC,
save that.
and
We'll
we will
save that
talk
for
about that later on.
yeah. So yeah, I guess with the Maximizer tool, the AFD one, you get to do everything on one dashboard. Like you even have the ad launcher, which was launched, I think, sometime last year, which was really helpful because you can do everything from one tool rather than three separate different tools like
Yeah,
feed
yeah, yeah,
provider,
100%.
tracker, and then ads manager, right?
Yep, yep.
So, but we also
Yeah,
used the optimizer for native. That was pretty good as well.
yeah, we did use Optimizer. Yeah, but when you're using three softwares, that was like not really ideal. So Maximizer later introduced the optimization features. So then we shifted to Maximizer,
Yeah,
because the one thing that Optimizer had was that you can see which publishers are giving you the positive ROI, because in Taboola or in Outbrain you can only see the CPA. You don't see the revenue unless you are fetching the revenue from the feed providers to your dashboard. So that's
yeah,
what Optimizer was doing. It was showing you how much ROI you're making, how much revenue or profit you are making on the publisher level, and then you can
Yeah.
optimize that. All right, because sometimes the CPA per publisher is high, but also the RPC that publisher is giving you is also pretty high. So that was one
Yeah.
of the unique feature about the optimizer, and then the maximizer had the same feature, so we just shifted
Yeah.
to maximizer.
I guess the only downside of Maximizer is like it doesn't support, traffic sources like Newsbreak or
Yeah,
Zementa.
yeah,
So we still had to stick to ClickFlare. But in terms of like the main traffic sources with Facebook, TikTok, Taboola, Outbrain,
yeah.
MGID, Maximizer was doing its job. But we had like media buyers that prefer ClickFlare, then they just stuck to ClickFlare, right?
Yeah, that's true. I think they were saying, because the maximizer were also supporting adding your own keywords. But
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, you have more. I
More,
mean, there's
more
you
like
can.
different specific functions and also
Yeah,
different like
you have more control when you're using ClickFlare, whereas maximizer is like more towards automation.
true, true. Yeah,
All right,
and
let's
yeah,
talk about
the transition of AFD to RSOC. Why do you think Google?
yeah
What do you think
RSOC.
the reason was that?
I think the biggest reason is the compliance that so many people started doing search arbitrage, started running dodgy traffic, mixing traffic with push and pop or bot traffic, proxies. I mean, have you seen that? How many messages we get on LinkedIn? They are selling like, we saw that you are in search arbitrage industry, and you might be interested in proxies. And I'm always confused at why they are selling proxies to search arbitrage companies. I mean, there is no use, and I'm always asking them, there is no use of proxies. Why do you
Mm,
think we need them? And they just just ghost me. Probably those proxies are
self-clicking.
for the shady traffic. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably
What? So
manual
you get
traffic, or I
them?
don't know, something like that. I think that's why these are so many of these proxy providers are approaching search arbitrage companies. And I think this has been main reason that a lot of people started doing mixing traffic with this bot traffic or the spam traffic or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
and
Or
that
even
led
just
the
running.
downfall of AFD.
Yeah, or even just running non-compliant ads like creative,
Oh
over-promising
yeah,
paid.
aggressive creatives, and yeah, sharing
Many other
adding
compliant issues
prices.
like even running creative that is not related to the vertical. So, trying to clickbait people to click on the ad, which is a
Yeah,
really big.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
obviously
They
now
did.
it's going to be much more strict, right?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so compliance is one of the now the feed providers, they are really focused on maintaining compliance, because they don't want to they don't want to same thing happen with AFD. They want to protect RSOC. They want to protect their business. So everyone is super concerned about the compliance, and
Yeah.
I think everyone should closely read the documents. If you are creating a button on a creative, just make sure what buttons what text you can add over there. For example, you can't use C prices, you can't use that. I think CTAs that are allowed are discover more, um, see more, explore. I think
Yeah. I think
something
like
like
we're not
this.
allowed to use like emojis as well. Just
Yeah,
one
no
sec.
emojis.
Is your camera like stuck? I can't see you properly. It's kind of stuck.
Oh, it's back.
Yeah, it's back now.
Sorry
That's
about
all.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. Yeah, I remember we started RSOC last year with, private what do you call it? Private companies that has access to those the
Yep,
AF
yep, yep,
feed.
yep.
And also we also worked with Airfine, and compliance was a like big process, right? we had to put our creative, our headline on a spreadsheet. They have to approve it, then we can run it. But it was good, yeah. RPCs I would say was averaging around $2. We were making profit, and
Yeah.
then what? All of a sudden, I think Google pulled our domain away. This was like sometime in September last year.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Um, so we kind of had a pause for like a month or two. So we we're focusing on AFD, and then we got our domain back, and
Yeah.
never really started until like Jan this year. We really like not fully transitioned into RSOC, but slowly. I would say most of our
Yep. Yep.
revenue right now it's like slowly moving over to RSOC, and obviously
Yeah.
with the Rocket Maximizer.
Yeah, that
Um,
was the push we needed with the Rocket Maximizer. I think we started seeing some really good numbers. Our media buyers were really happy because it was their ad launcher, like just create ads on the Maximizer Rocket, and it is like super easy right now.
yeah,
So yeah,
articles
and
generation for you.
yep,
Keywords are done for you. Whereas like with I don't know with like feed providers, you have to like design your layout of the landing page, and as well you got to write
yep,
articles, which is good and bad. Like good is you get to customize your own landing page, increase conversion rate. You have full control of that. Whereas if you want more automation type,
yeah,
Rocket Maximizer is the one for you. And Rocket Maximizer, I believe there's like what 7 feeds that's on the background rotating
yep.
from different feed providers. So yeah, you get to like see how it works and all that. How you
And what
find
about
it
the compliance?
with compliance of Rocket? Yeah, I believe there's like an AI tool at the background that's checking your creative, and if it's all good, it will approve your ad. And as your ad is
Mm,
running,
yep,
the providers on the background will, either approve or reject, from what I've understand from Stefan. So let's just say feed provider one disapproves your creatives, then your ad will be running on feed provider two. But if feed provider two rejects, you'll go to feed provider three. So it'll keep going until
mm,
worst case scenario, everybody rejects your creative, and I think it'll automatically be turned off your ad
yeah,
from what we heard from Stefan. And they also kind of have a fallback feed, which is I think another RSOC feed. Um, Everything. I mean, Rocket Maximizer is still pretty new, so we're seeing
yeah,
new features added on every couple days. So and new updates that we get from Stefan. So it's going to be pretty
yeah,
exciting. Obviously,
yeah,
now Rocket Maximizer only supports Facebook. So I think he wants to make sure Facebook works like 100% before he moves on to other traffic sources, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think this is the only company that is like bringing innovation to search arbitrage industry. They are testing a lot of things. They are building new features, so it is helping. They are helping a lot. They are improving the search arbitrage industry, like this automation feature that you have just mentioned. So it
Yeah.
just saves media buyers. Even if a media buyer does a mistake, there is a compliance check, which will make sure that these if someone has some issues with their creatives, it is aggressive, they will not get approved automatically.
Yeah.
And also on the back end, even if, for example, there is a if an AI passes the creative, the feed provider still can see all the ads that are running under their feed, and they can pause them if they find an ad which is like which is not compliant. So it also gives a lot of um, you can say power to feed providers. They can like supervise it, they have control, they can easily check which media buyers are running some non-compliant ads, and they can stop them. So I think it is good, it is really good for media buyers and also for the feed providers.
Yeah,
keep maintaining the compliance, and also making sure that it is a win-win situation.
yeah. I think we should get in touch with Stefan to see if he's keen for a pod, and we can ask him all these
Yeah,
questions.
absolutely, absolutely.
That would be
Yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah.
Stefan, if you're watching this, you know,
Yeah. He always have some exciting news that we are working on these features, these new features. So yeah,
yeah,
it would be, it would be really amazing.
yeah. But I mean, what's your experience so far? I know you personally, you're testing, you know, we're running ads.com, RSOC, and also we're going to be starting Cedo as well. So what's the difference right now? Because the last time we spoke, you were like you could customize the landing page, the colors, the box, the widget, you know, the keyword widget, also the
Yeah.
obviously the headlines and everything. Whereas I believe RSOC Rocket Maximizer just does it for you, right?
Yeah, that is correct. So ads.com has a lot of customization feature, and for example, you can change the layout. You can change it to blue. They have white one. They have like a performance one. They have like a lot of layouts that you can work with. You can make article longer. You can change the first paragraph. So there are a lot of features, and I mean, so far, it is looking really good. The results are so far really good. So I tried first few offers, and I think almost like 70% of them were profitable. And that means the with these customization features, you can, if you know how search arbitrage works, if you know how to bring high conversion, I think you can really make it profitable. It is really easy with those customization features. And but it is also, again, um, it is slightly time taking than maximizer, because maximizer is just like you just
Hmm.
select the vertical and just creates the article. But with ads.com, you can write the article, you can have your own title, you can have your own heading.
Yeah,
So
basically you
that,
generate all the content on there. But I think
yeah,
what
that increase the conversion rate, that can increase the
yeah.
conversion, it can. Yeah.
Well, I guess one thing good about the ad stock, like you know, those feed providers, RSOC feeds, is that once you find like a good layout, you can stick to that. Like if you know you keep A/B testing on different templates, and whatever you find is working best, you can stick to that. And also, what you probably came across a lot of RSOC landing page that kind of looks like AFD these days. You know, where like they
Yeah.
put like zero text, and it's just a keyword box, and it kind of looks like AFD. I'm not sure. I think that's not probably not compliant. You probably need like an introduction paragraph before your key, like
um
the keyword widget.
No, I think they are compliant, because I have seen those landing pages from the major feed providers. So what they have done is they have removed the logo, so the extra space have been removed. There is no main menu, and then the first thing you see is just the title, and then there is a short paragraph, and short paragraph has smaller font size, and then you see the search ads
The
boxes,
keyword
and they're
widget.
like the six keyword
Yeah,
widgets. Yes. So that's why it looks like AFD. So for example, whenever someone clicks and you see the heading is like heading, the title is also not that big. So
yeah,
that's why it kind of looks like AFD,
yeah.
because
I think
only the big.
eventually, I don't know. I would say feed providers will probably flag this as non-compliant because you know how on AFD towards the end, like a few months ago, Google was changing like the button padding from bigger padding to smaller, like to smaller buttons.
No, that is the second click. So for example,
Yeah,
so
the second
there
click,
there have been
basically.
no changes on the first page.
Yeah, or not on the landing page, but on the what do you call it? The SERP pages where you can see
Yeah,
sponsored
yeah,
ads. They have like
yeah,
reduced the size just to make it more. I don't know. I don't know
yeah.
what
To
Google's
make
goal
to
for
make
that.
sure the users knows that they are clicking on sponsored ads, they are
Yeah,
clicking on the ads. So So that is fine. But the landing page is compliant because, for example, you may have seen a lot of content arbitrage pages, and they do the same thing. They don't have this the most of the time. They don't put logo. They have a title, and then they have a small text, and there are a lot of ads, and then you
Mm,
scroll, and then there are ads after every few paragraphs. So they use the same strategy. They don't have a huge logo. They have just a title, and then they have a small paragraph. So this is the same strategy that they are using, and I
yeah,
think it would be fine. There is no rules that, all right, you can't use small paragraph text or something. I mean, you have to use all that text size
mm,
in this. You have to keep the size same for all the for the whole website. So if you follow all those guidelines, if you have the same format, then it is fine.
yeah. Sorry to cut you off there. I think your camera's getting a bit blurry. I think
Oh,
the
I think it is.
focus, yeah, the
Yeah,
focus is on your mic now. Yeah, maybe remove the mic.
yeah.
Oh,
I
there you
think
go.
that.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Thanks for letting me
that's
know.
right. So yeah, I mean, RSOC is. I mean, it's not new. It's been around for I don't know, 2 years, 3 years. But right now, everybody's jumping onto it. Um, so hopefully, we can see RSOC for a long time, for the next,
Yep.
5 years, 5 6 years at least. But
Yeah.
yeah, for
Yeah, I think
sure.
it has a huge potential, and right now the performance that we are seeing is like old times that the old AFD times. I think it seems like that old AFD time is back. I mean, we are seeing
Good
really good
RPC, good
ROI. Yeah, good
margin.
RPCs. Yeah,
Yeah,
good margins. So I think it's a really good opportunity to jump into RSOC, and also you need to make sure that you stay compliant. Read the compliant documents.
yeah.
If you have some confusion, talk to your account manager. Stay compliant. You need to play the long game. I mean, just don't think about like quick profits. Yeah, that will
True.
destroy the search arbitrage for everyone.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think we saw a post on LinkedIn. I saw a post on
Yeah,
LinkedIn recently. I think I shared it with you
yeah,
about
yes,
like people
yes.
running. Yeah, you explain it.
Yeah, someone also shared it. Ozan shared it on WhatsApp group. So it was pretty interesting that Google is also running Meta ads. They are running search ads. They are doing the arbitrage on Facebook, in simple terms, and they're actually doing retargeting. So if someone searches solar panels on Google, they will start seeing the search result ads on Facebook. So they are doing the remarketing, and yeah, so this is also the arbitrage.
Yeah, that's pretty new. I've never seen that before. So quite
Yeah, yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
They probably felt the hit after they shut down AFD and not shut down. It's not completely shut down yet, but obviously there's less media
yeah,
bias for AFD, so they
yeah.
felt that
Could be.
effect. So I would say they're doing it. They're getting their hands dirty themselves.
Yeah, yeah, and that shows that they need arbitrage.
Hmm.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
need that revenue. So yeah, it shows the potential, and that, all right, they want their revenue to be increased or at least sustained, because chat gpt and all other these search engines are taking their market share, so they need to keep up.
Hmm. Yep. Yep. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else do we do, Asha?
Other than search arbitrage, there's a lot of things that we can do, but we're not gonna discuss it on this podcast. We will keep it as a search arbitrage podcast.
Hmm.
Um, I think that's it. We have covered everything in our uh,
Intro pod, I guess.
intro pod. Yeah, everything is covered. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, comment down in the section. Comment section below. Let us know what else you guys wanna hear us talk
Yeah,
about.
talk about. Yeah, yeah. And
Get on the
who we
pod
should
with.
invite to our podcast. Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be interesting. Yeah.
should get some good guests. We've got a few in mind, so
Yeah,
you guys stay
definitely.
tuned. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. I don't know, short discussion that we have. Any last words?
No, thank you so much for watching this podcast and supporting us. And we will see you in the next one.
Yeah. Ciao, guys.
Bye.